This is the Apostles That Rock Podcast.
Hey, we're following up.
Hey, this is Mark from Casting Crowns.
Hey, what's up? I'm Toby Mac.
Hi, this is Dawn from Firefly, and you're listening to Apostles That Rock.
This is the Apostles That Rock Podcast. I'm Thomas Lopez. It's episode 105, and on this podcast, we're talking to CCM inspiration artist Natasha Phillips about some of her new music, and we'll also cover the start of her music career beginning in 2008. Just a quick item of business before we get to that interview. It's close to the end of the year, and Apostles That Rock is desperately in need of your support. I know we say it all the time that we need your support, but our network is at a critical point right now. In order to keep this podcast and our online station going into 2020, we're asking for people to commit to a monthly gift of $25 or more. It's very quick and easy. Just head to apostlesthatrockradio.com and click on donate. You can give securely right at our website. That's apostlesthatrockradio.com. Natasha Phillips joins me on the phone. How are you, Natasha?
I am great. How are you?
I am doing well, and it's so good to hear from you. And wow, such great music. I love it.
Thank you.
I know you just released a brand new single. We'll get to that in a second. But can you tell our listeners a little about who you are?
Yes. I am a singer. I am a songwriter, a worshiper. I'm an inspiration leader. I am based out of Atlanta, Georgia. So super excited to release new music. I've been singing and writing music since I was a small child. I always knew that I wanted to pursue a career in music. I just didn't know that I was going to be used by the Lord in the capacity that I am being used. So, yes, super excited.
Yeah, and you speak of writing music, and before we get to your new song, you really started this back in 2008, and when I first heard your recording, Nobody Can Do You Like Jesus,
Yes.
I fell in love with the song. Can you share with our listeners a little bit about that?
Yes, that one was so long ago. I remember I wrote that song one day when I was sitting in the hospital with my grandmother before she passed away. And I would always just go sit with her and watch her sleep. And as I was sitting there, the words to that song came to me that nobody can do you like Jesus. You know, he's our best friend. He's our provider. He's our source of strength. And he's just everything that we need. And when I was sitting there with her, I just kept hearing the lyrics and just singing it over and over to myself. And I called an old friend of mine named David Weiner, and I said, hey, I want to get in the studio. I have this song, I have these lyrics that I want to kind of put down. So we got in there and we put the song together. So, yeah, one of the first songs that I put out.
Yeah, and then you just released a single called You Are Still God. Can you share with us a little bit about that song and what it means?
Yes. You Are Still God is my latest single. Came out a couple of weeks ago. So that song basically says that no matter what we go through, no matter what we face in our life, God is still God. You know, in times of sickness, sorrow, things that we may not understand, He is still God. He is in control, and He has a plan for our lives. And that song is so special to me because I feel like so many people can relate to it, no matter what you're going through, be dealing with the sickness, loss of a loved one, or just going through a hard time in life. But that song just said, God is still God, and He is in control, and He has a plan.
Yeah, no matter whatever you're going through, God is still God. That's amazing. And that song is available for streaming and purchase at all digital retailers, including iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And that song is also a follow-up to the song Run to You.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Run to You is just a fun, upbeat song. It's just saying that no matter what we go through, no matter what we experience, the Lord is our place of refuge. He's our hiding place. He's our saving grace. You know, He's our Abba Daddy. You know, even when we get tired, when we get weary, the song is saying, Lord, I'm going to run to you. I'm going to let you be my strength.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fun song that you can dance to, you can praise to, you can worship to.
Yeah. And you're also a minister as well. You do ministry work.
Yes.
Can you share with us a little bit about some of the ministry work you do?
Yeah, sure. So I mainly have been used in the capacity of younger people. The Lord told me several years ago that He had called me to be an influencer, and I was like, okay, Lord, what is it that you want me to do with that? And it's just for me, just being able to relate to all kind of college students. I visited different college students and universities and talked about the Lord. Not only talked about ministry, but also giving them guidance on, you know, how to get out in the workforce and how to make a career for themselves. As an artist and a person of influence, I always want people to know that they can come to me, that they can relate to me.
All right. What's it like working in Christian music and working with some of the producers that you work with?
Well, I've been blessed to have a great relationship with the producers that I've worked with. Lately, I've been dealing a lot with Sean Hill from Uphill Studios, and anybody that's ever met Sean knows that he is the funnest, coolest person that you will ever meet. A couple of years ago, I prayed, and I said, Lord, can you send me a new team of people to work with? And I came across the name Sean Hill, so of course I prayed about it, and then I reached out to him, and then one day I met up with Sean and one of his musicians named Milton Gardner, and when I got there, it was just an amazing atmosphere. We talked about the Lord, we talked about my goals, and then the first song that we wrote together is called I Worship You. We wrote that song in 15 minutes, so I was like, okay, Lord, we got a connection. This is truly from you.
All right. And what would be some advice that you would have if somebody was wanting to do music and they wanted to get recorded? What would be some of your advice to them?
For me, my first advice would be obviously to pray, because I am a Christian and seek the Lord in all that you do. But also, most importantly, is to learn the business, because it's Christian music or worship, it's still a business, and you need to learn that aspect to not only protect yourself, but in order to make a living off of music.
All right. And then it's November now, and I'm so excited about Thanksgiving. What are some traditions you have coming up for Thanksgiving and the rest of the holidays this year?
Okay, yes. So I have a big family, so all the holidays we get together. So this Thanksgiving, everybody's coming to my mom and dad's house. My mom cooks this big, huge meal, all kind of different foods, all kind of different cakes, and we just all sit around and we eat and we have a good time. And then not long after we eat, everybody looks into the paper to see what's going to be on sale for Black Friday. So normally after we have the big Thanksgiving dinner, a lot of the ladies will head to the Walmart sale, and then everybody will start doing their Black Friday shopping. And then for Christmas, we kind of do the same thing. We all gather together Christmas Day. We open gifts. We have this big meal. So it's just, for me, it's all about family. I have a big family, so we're always get together, spending time together, just enjoy life and each other.
Yeah, I love those Black Friday deals, especially for the TVs. I can never afford one, but I think this year I'm going to get a new plasma TV, hopefully maybe 60 or 70 inch. I want to go big.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
I want to go big or go home,
Yeah.
And usually lately it's go home, but not this year. I don't think it's going to happen this year. I want to get a nice big screen TV, and hopefully I can carry it with two arms. Otherwise, I'll need some help. Hopefully it's not somebody who wants the same TV as I do.
Well, the thing about the Black Friday deals is the sales get better as you get closer to Christmas, but for us, it's just fun to hang out with, family. It's like a tradition. We all go shop the Black Friday sales, and we'll go get some, like, brunch when everybody's super tired from being up most of the night from shopping.
Yep.
So it's really fun.
Yep. So disclaimer, everybody who wants to shop, go for those Black Friday deals, and it'll be awesome. You're going to love it at the end of this month. All right. And how can our listeners be praying for you and for your ministry?
Oh, yes. You can find me on social media, Instagram. I am Natasha Phillips, and Facebook, Natasha Phillips Music. Keep me lifted up in prayer. We have a bunch of exciting new things coming soon. We're going to be releasing even more music at the beginning of the year, and hopefully we're going to be able to get on the road. We're looking forward to putting together a tour so that I can come and see everyone in their city.
All right, awesome. As well as you got a website as well?
Well, it's Natasha Phillips Music. It'll pull up from Facebook.
All right, awesome. Fantastic. Natasha Phillips, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Catching up on some of the latest news happening right now, Audio Adrenaline member Mark Stewart recently released a brand new book titled Losing My Voice to Find It, How a Rock Star Went Silent and Discovered His Greatest Purpose. According to the book's description, Losing My Voice is the poignant and gripping story of one man seeking harmony, hope, and redemption, and realizing that being in tune with God's call makes the best music of all. Along with the help of author Roger W. Thompson, the book is about Mark Stewart's life following his journey of him losing his voice, his career with Audio Adrenaline, and the book as well talks about his marriage. The book is available now on all book platforms. Christian rapper and author KJ52 recently announced he is ending his journey as KJ52, which will also be the name of the final project. Jonah Sorrentino, better known as KJ52, made the announcement through social media this week. He released a statement saying, "I feel like this time of my life is my victory lap. I have crossed the finish line on many goals and aspirations that I've had as far as music and my ministry goes, and now I'm in an incredible phase of my life. The victory lap is what a runner does as he celebrates for one more go-around. He reminisces on all the things that got him there, and he enjoys that moment. He's exhausted, he's excited, he's relieved, and he's thankful. That's where I'm at right now, my victory lap." You can read the full statement at apostlesthatrockradio.com. You can also help to fund KJ's final album and book, Victory Lap, at kj52book.com. For this and other stories, head to the news page at apostlesthatrockradio.com.
Evangelizing through music. Apostles That Rock.
If you love what we do here, consider supporting us. Your giving goes a long way to reach people for Christ. Click donate at apostlesthatrockradio.com, where you can also check out our online radio station. We're playing some of today's top Christian artists. That's apostlesthatrockradio.com. That's going to do it for this podcast. Join us back here next time for more Apostles That Rock.